The Fire HD10 fulfills Amazon's simple plan for its tablets. Like other Fires, it's an inexpensive $149.99 with lock screen adds way to consume your Amazon content. At first glance, it doesn't appear to be the barn-burning deal that the Fire HD8 is, but it still offers plenty of bang for your buck. You get a sharp 1080p display, solid overall performance, and an easy-to-use UI that includes parental controls and Alexa voice assistant integration. The Fire HD10 is simply the best 10-inch tablet for the price, earning it our editor's choice. Design and features. The Fire HD10 looks and feels like a larger Fire HD8. It's a solidly built tablet with a black, blue, or orange plastic body. The slate measures 10.3 by 6.3 by 0.4 HWD and weighs 17.4 ounces. That's bigger than the 8-inch HD8 8.4 by 5.0 by 0.4 inches, 13 ounces, but similar to other 10-inch tablets like the Lenovo Tab 410 9.7 by 6.7 by 0.3 inches, 17.7 ounces. It's a sturdy slab that'll survive some knocks and dings, but it isn't officially rugged or waterproof. If you want to use it as a kid's tablet, pick up a case. View all 9 photos in gallery. There are loud dual speakers on the left side of the bottom if you're holding it in landscape orientation, along with a standard headphone jack, a USB port, and a micro SD card slot to supplement the 32 GB of internal storage. It worked fine with a 256 GB card. The HD10 has a 10.1-inch 1920 by -1200 pixel screen, which is better than the 1280 by 800 screens most of the competition come with. The resolution works out to 224 pixels per inch, which is good enough to show real 1080p video with solid viewing angles. Alas, it looks a little dim, clouded by a protective plastic layer. Under display settings you can enable blue shade, letting you reduce blue light during nighttime hours, something that's reputed to allow for better sleep. The Fire HD10 supports dual-band Wi-Fi, unlike the Lenovo Tab 410. Connected to the 5 GHz network at PC Labs and 30 feet from the router, we drew top speeds of 149 megabits per second down and 138 megabits per second up. Speeds dropped farther away, but remained in the high double digits throughout testing. The tablet also has Bluetooth 4.2 for wireless audio, processor, battery, and camera inside. The Fire HD10 runs Amazon's latest Fire OS 5.5, a heavily modified version of Google's Android on a 1.8 GHz MT8173B MediaTek processor. In Geekbench single-core and multi-core performance tests, the HD10 scored 1500 and 3000 respectively, more than double the HD8 and 629 1687. It also outperformed the Tab 410 by a similar margin, 681 1898. The HD10's more powerful processor and 2 GB of RAM make for a more responsive UI, smoother overall performance, and better multitasking than the HD8. Web browsing using the default Silk browser is fast, and the Slate had no trouble streaming 1080p video and opening multiple tabs. The only time I encountered any stuttering was when scrolling through my extensive Kindle library collection. Ultimately, it's no match for Apple's 9.7-inch iPad, which has a faster Apple A9 processor, not to mention a sharper screen. But it costs less than half as much, so these differences are easy to get past. See how we test tablets. Battery life is solid. When streaming full-screen video over Wi-Fi at maximum brightness, the tablet clocked 6 hours, 14 minutes. That's a couple of hours short of the Tab 4, 108 hours, 11 minutes, but over an hour longer than the HD8, 4 hours, 42 minutes. It should be enough juice to keep kids entertained during a long car ride, and you can always supplement it with a portable charger. Enabling low power mode and automatic smart suspend helps extend runtime by tamping down screen brightness and turning off wireless connectivity when it's not in use. The tablet's cameras are almost an afterthought, VGA on the front and 2MP on the back. They're primarily for video chatting. They're fine for that, but render muddy, blurry images in any mildly challenging circumstances. Software and ecosystem. Amazon's Fire OS is based on Android Lollipop and runs Android apps, but you can't access the Google Play Store. You can only use Amazon's. Amazon's store has a lot of competing media services. Netflix and Hulu are no problem, but there are still a few gaps, notably the Marvel Unlimited Comics Reader, most Google apps, and most banking and mobile payment apps. It's possible to sideload many Android apps by downloading the APK file, loading it on a microSD card, and installing it via a file manager, but it requires some work. Amazon's OS looks nothing like Android, rather it's a carousel of your downloadable Amazon content and apps. The tablet includes a new screen on the carousel for you that shows what you were most recently reading or watching and encourages you to get back to it. Under that, of course, there are plenty of promotions for other things to buy from Amazon that you might like. Hands-free Alexa is new here. You can yell out Alexa and have the tablet respond to any Alexa-compatible query even when the screen is off, like an Amazon Echo. If you're more interested in answers than music quality, a Fire HD10 propped up in a stand is less expensive and more portable than an Echo Show speaker, providing you with a bigger screen and YouTube access. That said, I wouldn't replace your old Echo with an HD10 just yet. While the tablet's microphone is pretty responsive when you're close by, distance and background noise can throw things off. A conversation taking place in the background while I was issuing commands confused Alexa, while the Echo Dot had no trouble picking up on my voice. And while sound quality is about on par with the Dot, it doesn't come close to any of the other Echoes. Parental controls allow you to set up multiple accounts for kids, each with separate passwords, with a curated set of apps, restrictions on in-app purchases, time limits, and web browsing limitations. There's also a child-friendly background and a simplified interface. Access to Alexa is blocked when parental controls are enabled, preventing any attempt to circumvent the restrictions. When it comes to preloaded software, naturally you have Amazon's entire app suite on board, along with some default apps and utilities like Contacts and Calendar. Out of 32 GB of internal storage, you have 24.3 GB available for use. It's plenty for your Kindle library and a fair amount of video. If you plan to download a lot of apps and multimedia, you can always pop in a microSD card. Comparisons and conclusions. At $149.99, the Fire HD10 undercuts most entry-level Android tablets by $30 to $50. You pay for the discount with lock screen ads, which you can get rid of by paying $15, and a tablet that's completely tuned to display Amazon content, with no Google Play Store. As is typical with Amazon, you're getting the best hardware value per dollar here, as the Fire HD10 costs less than the Lenovo Tab 410, for instance, has more RAM and storage than the Acer Iconia 110, and has a higher resolution screen than either. If you can live without Google Play, the choice is clear. Among Amazon's own tablets, deciding which to buy is a bit harder. For half the price, the smaller Fire HD8 and Fire 7 get you access to the same ecosystem of apps and content for even less money. The HD8 is our editor's choice for affordable mid-size slates. The HD10, while more expensive, boasts a bigger, sharper screen, a more powerful processor, and more RAM. We think that makes it a justifiable upgrade if you want the larger display. It also makes it our editor's choice for low-cost, big-screen tablets.